So you've secured the interview, which is very likely to be related to the strength of your CV and any references that you may have included there too. But there's a challenge. You'll get asked lots and lots of questions by an interviewer, HR boss or a manager in the organisation. It can sometimes feel like interrogation, but it's not the case. They're just trying to find the right person, and hopefully that's going to be you. But you're going to be asked about key strengths and key weaknesses about you. Now, this can sometimes be a little bit disconcerting because people might think, well, I don't know what my key strength is, or I don't want to tell them. It might be boastful, and certainly people don't want to talk about their weaknesses. But this is the thing, lots of research has been done on this, on how and when to present a strength and a weakness at an interview. Now, the research has identified that if you're asked about strengths and weaknesses, that it says you should present a weakness early on in the discussion. Why? Because it demonstrates that you're a person of integrity. It demonstrates that you're willing to talk about the failings that you've had or failings that you have. And this helps them drop their guard a little bit and be more authentic in the dialogue. So the research says, talk about weaknesses early on. If you're not asked about them, find some way of politely and genuinely presenting it. Also, when to present a key strength. The research has identified that the best time to talk about your strengths is late on in the interview. Why? Because just like presenting weaknesses is seen as authentic, if it's mentioned by you early on in the dialogue, mentioning strengths or achievements too early on in the dialogue is seen as potentially boastful, and people will think they're going to be working with a big head. So, in terms of weaknesses, mention them early on. Say, look, there was a time when I did mess up. I didn't plan as well as I should have done. I didn't plan as well as I could have done, and I messed up, but I have learned from that, and that's why my CV shows these kinds of results and improvements that you can see. In terms of achievements, if you've got a Harvard MBA and you passed with flying colours, or if you've just won an award for your achievements, mention them late and say, oh, by the way, just before we finish, I was awarded this award. I did achieve that. If you'd like to talk about it, I'm very happy to, but it's entirely up to you. Give them the opportunity. So weaknesses first, key strengths near the end. Have a think about how you can weave this into any interview situation that you have, and also think about what key weaknesses you're willing to mention, and also the ones you wish to keep private, and also in terms of achievements, whether you've won recognition within your industry, Employee of the Year award or something else. How are you going to best present your key strengths and achievements? Take a think. Before you go on to the next video, please think about how you would weave this into the interview, because that's where the results are going to come.